Is AI going to take your job or replace your job? I think the answer to that is complicated, and that's what I'm going to try to unpack here. So please stay with me. This is going to be a little bit longer video. Is AI going to take your job? I think the answer to that is maybe. It depends on your job. It depends on what category of job you are, what industry you're in, and that's what I'm going to try to lay out as an argument here. I think there is going to be inevitable job loss from AI, and we have to be prepared for it. I think the extent of the loss is overhyped by capitalists and right wingers and the mainstream media because they want to scare workers. Because when workers are scared and they're willing to take any deal on the table to save their jobs, they'll do that. So I think it is overhyped. Now, to consider what jobs will be taken, will be automated away or made more productive, leading to less hiring. Let's ask ourselves this one simple question: Is your image, is your job text-based? Like, do you have to write stuff? Do you have to type things? Do you have to do anything that involves some kind of putting words to paper? It can be anything. Don't think that only if you're a writer that happens. If that is the case, then you probably will be hit by these automation job losses earlier than others. I think image generation models such as Midjourney and so on, and even newer versions of them, I think are further along the line. Like, it will eventually come, but they're just not good enough at the moment. One thing, as we're kind of talking about job losses and AI, one thing I have seen, especially from even the people on the left, comrades of mine, is that they almost denigratively look at AI. Like, for example, famously Midjourney and all these other image generation models were pretty terrible on generating hands. And they will say, well, how is AI going to change things when it can't even draw a hand? Never underestimate AI on two things. Number one, its accuracy. Number two, its computation, because those things will improve, those things will change. So if you have to make a systemic critique of AI, there is systemic critique of it, and I'll try to lay it out in further videos. This is a quick one. But never underestimate AI on its accuracy or its computation ability, because those can change like that. Because the same image generation models such as Discord, Midjourney, and so on, now have no problem generating hands. So it's there. Second to the last question is AI mature enough to take away these jobs? As in the feared general artificial intelligence, is that anywhere near the road on the line for us? I would have said no up until last week, until I saw the demo videos for Devon AI, which is supposed to be an autonomous software engineer, which has made some significant leaps in rationalizing through tasks, not just predicting tasks, not just predicting the next word like GPT does and so on. It is actually thinking through things. And I still think that general artificial intelligence is far along down the line, maybe decades down the line. But last week I would have said, no, it's not happening for 100 years. Now I'm less convinced. Now that is to show you how fast things change in AI. Is that last week I was unsure, but now I'm like, maybe in 20 years it'll be here, 30 years it'll be here. That remains to be seen. Finally, to close it off, what should a socialist response for this look like? Because we're facing potentially massive job losses. Under an ideal socialist world, not even an ideal, under a realistic socialist world, say the Soviet Union hadn't collapsed, or even within China, even though China is more state capitalist, these jobs being made more productive should have allowed people to have free time and to enjoy their lives, which they can't do at the moment under a capitalist system. And that sucks, because the promise of AI was always that we are going to automate away the labor-intensive tasks so you can enjoy more time of your life. But right now, AI is being used as a tool by the capitalists to scare you, or being scared for your job. Now, that's not what a socialist society would do, or even a socialist response within the capitalist system. Now, that is a longer discussion. I'm not going to bore you with this one. But in a socialist country, for example, within Cuba, Vietnam, and China, job losses are not going to be as bad, because it is going to they're going to have a much more protective safety net. But I think it's going to hit places like America very badly, and we have a negligible safety net, if at all. So I hope things will get better. But for the time being, these are my kind of scattered thoughts. I'll try to make more concise videos over the next week, trying to break down each thing and what I think. But yeah, this is it for now.